ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Gaffas Gaff, and I've got LCFC Andy with me, and the one, the only Mr. Late Night Show, Lewis, the Leeds United Barnard. How are we?
All good, brother. Yourself?
We are. Tonight we've actually got a first because every person in camera, someone is wearing a football kit. So tonight we've got Mr. Late Night wearing a very swanky retro England top. We've got Andy who's wearing his Thursday night top.
Yeah.
And we've got Maria. Stand up, Maria. And we've got Maria who's wearing the brand new Liverpool top with Fabinho
there we go.
at the back. Tonight is the first, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight we are streaming on two separate channels. We are streaming on Facebook and we are streaming on YouTube. Lewis, how does it feel to lose your YouTube virginity?
Pretty much that was losing my normal virginity. A bit shit.
Wow. So, guys, it's time for the show. That is such a cool tune. I don't care what anyone says. It's a cool tune.
Love it.
Right, guys. Last week we did rate my kit, and tonight we're gonna rate my balls. Okay.
Who's?
Well, we're gonna rate all three of our balls.
Right, hang on.
Andy, I hope your Zoom's on, pal. Right. So. Also, by the way, just a quick advert. Me and Lewis, possibly tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a special late night Gaffers Gaff, and we're going to be discussing how easy is it to wind up a football fan. And as me and Mitch realised today, really easy.
You do realise tomorrow night is Leeds United versus Villa.
Oh,
big game.
All right, it might be Saturday night. It might be Sunday. It will be a day that ends in Y. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, we found out how easy it is to wind up football fans today. And oh yes, I will be naming and shaming. Right, first ball. It's one that we've all played with.
That's the best one.
Best ever.
Best one.
Lewis, memories of that ball.
At the garages, Heads and V's, Robbie Aldridge, Kieran Clayton, Josh Quayle, Adam Mellon. Mate, amazing.
Was it me or like, you know when it was fully knackered, you always got tempted to tear the little loose bits away?
Of course you did. And that ball is staying alive until every single last patch is off of it.
Yeah.
I think the weird thing about that ball is it's the first ever time anyone can see what's actually inside of a football. It's a weird one.
It's that orange thing inside. So you know if the car came on and ran it over, and then you see the orange inside.
Yeah, it was orange, wasn't it? Andrew, your thoughts on the ball? Memories
Absolutely
of it?
love it. Absolutely love that ball. It didn't matter what you did today. Like Lewis just said, you're just waiting for that orange bit to come out so that you could dissect that ball. You dissected it from the prim and proper ball down to what that is on the picture right now, down to the fabric, and then you're waiting for that orange bit to come out because everybody wanted to see what was inside it. But that ball was amazing.
Oh yeah, outstanding. So let's just bring Lewis back in. Lewis, right, next ball. Are you ready?
Love it.
World Cup.
That's South Africa.
No, that is World Cup Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Yeah.
Mate, I
Jackson.
like that.
Yeah. Jack, what's your thoughts on that ball?
That's one of my favourite balls to play with.
Yeah.
When the bloody hell did Jack get here?
Ah, well, magic, you see. We like magic on the show.
Evening, Jack. Fast to be late entrance, was it?
We're just saying,
doing shopping and stuff.
we're just saying, Jack, we're losing our YouTube virginity tonight. We're actually currently streaming on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I've got a new voluntary job as well.
Oh yeah, what are you
Yes,
doing?
Jack. Massive
bad,
congratulations.
This is
Massive
today's show.
congratulations on
I
that.
mean,
can't say any-
Jack,
can't-
I will
can't say
ask
anything.
you more, but I don't care, so I'm not going to. This is Gaffas
I'm not
Gaff.
allowed
We
to
talk
actually
about it
tell
on other
anything
shows.
more until it's all official.
Well, why would we mention it then?
Because I like winding people up.
Cool, right, next ball.
Bad.
The famous and controversial World Cup South Africa, the Jubileeni ball.
It looks like a plaggy ball that would literally go in any direction.
Have you ever played with that ball?
That ball used to hit it, and it used to literally have its own centre of gravity.
Yeah,
You could get it towards
insane.
corner flag, and it's bent around the corner flag, gone back round, and gone in the back of the net.
And like one of them red plaggy balls you used to get for £1.
Yeah. Capello blamed that for England's absolutely crap affair in that World Cup because the ball moved too much.
Mate, it was them Boo sailors.
Oh, don't even get me started on Vuvuzelas. Well, oh, you want to show your ball? Right, my daughter, this isn't part of the show. My daughter has actually got a ball. She wants you to rate her ball. Go on, darling, show him the ball. So it's the one. It's the one you buy at the seaside.
Well, this is one you get
If you can
direct.
Yeah,
if you can, Maria, that's a great ball.
If you can go higher than 10, if you can go out above 10, that's a solid 10 out of 10, that one.
Yeah? Are you happy with that, darling? Yeah.
It's all right, Maria. Uncle Jack will get you a proper football shirt next year.
Yeah.
It's got 5.
Just quickly, actually, this is Gaffas Gaff, so I can bend rules as much as I want. Maria, out of these 3 gentlemen, one of them is your godfather. Which one is it? Which one's your godfather? So you've got Jack there, you've got Lewis there, and you've got Andrew there. Which one do you think is your godfather? Which one? You got to pick one. Jack, Lewis, or Andrew? Kids.
She got stage fright.
Stage fright. Right. So, yeah, that this ball here, I've played with it a couple of times, and Jack is bang on what he says. It is an absolute nightmare to play with, unless you're shooting from about 100 yards out, and then it just goes wherever it wants to.
It makes you feel like a king, that ball. Makes you feel like a king on a free kick, that ball.
Right, the next one.
Andy, I bet you could hit the fucking... oh, stop swearing. I bet you could hit the crossbar from the halfway line with that one.
Oh, easy.
Oh, yeah, it floats. It floats. Right, the next ball is actually my personal favourite, and it's the first one I ever bought, is the Mitre Cosmic.
Oh, that used to sting.
No,
that used to sting if that hit you.
Way too much leather on that one.
Loved it.
I am never going in a wall.
The problem is, whether it was pumped up or not pumped, if it was pumped right up or not pumped right up, it still hit you and it hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
mate,
that was the one you don't want to be hit by on a cold winter's day.
Never head in that.
But it was always the footballs that your youth teams used to buy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Jack, you can back me up on this one. What is it with mitres? You pump them up, they're like kicking a brick wall. Doesn't matter what mitre it is, it's like a brick wall hitting that ball. You can't get leverage.
It is. I used to run the foot golf up at Ashby Acres, Siseby Acres up in Melbourne.
Yeah.
We got that put in place. And when they said to me, we've sorted the balls, and I said, who have you gone with? And they went, Mitre. I went, Mitre? They went, yeah. I was like, you do realise when it's like early morning and it's freezing cold, they're going to kick that ball around for about 5 minutes, come back and tell you, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
I've broken my foot.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
We'd keep them inside in like a lockup. But do you remember the Mitre balls? They used to be great until they got out the back of your manager's car, been passed around on that wet floor on a Sunday morning or Saturday morning, afternoon. And then by like 5 minutes into the game, it turned from a ball to a rock.
No, but because it used to freeze. It was like it froze. And you pump it up too much, mate. It's like kicking a medicine ball about.
I mean, the worst thing about that ball is if you left it outside overnight in the garden on a winter's day.
Oh, yeah.
It was a block of ice. It was.
Echo.
Sorry, it's because the other player's nearby.
It's not me for once.
Just quick facts about that, because I like to the facts.
He was saying echo because you were copying exactly what he just said.
That's what I said. That's what I mean.
Not because there was.
It's not me for once. It's not me for once.
You know what? He gets me every time with his stupid face. Like, I'll talk to him and he'll be like, and I'm like, oh no, there's a problem with the stream. There's a problem with the stream. It's not. Yeah. Quick fact, guys. I like doing research. This ball here. How much do you reckon I found that for on eBay?
£5. £5.
Right, £5, Lewis.
Let's go £7.49.
Jack.
Donut.
Over £8,000.
Yeah,
£8,000.
I mean, that's not true.
And it had bids on it. Unbelievable.
I'm not being funny with you, right, mate, but that's got something hidden inside of it.
Yeah.
A whole lot of evil. That's what it's got inside it. A whole lot of evil.
No.
A whole lot of it. Right, your next ball
to be honest,
is...
you've got to admit, though, you don't really see it anymore. And the ones with the Premier League badge on probably are quite rare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You look at that one. I think that was like 90... 92?
Oh, horrendous.
And it's if it's like if it's in immaculate condition, it will be worth loads.
Yeah. Next ball.
Total 90. Change the game.
Still not up there.
Is anybody else getting an echo?
Yeah, what the flipping hell's going on, man?
Is it me?
I don't know.
Is it me?
Is it me?
Is it me?
No, everyone had it.
Well, it's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone now. Right.
But that's when the Premier League went from Mitre to Nike. That was the first ball.
Isn't that when the Premier League changed their football to suit Wayne Rooney's boots?
Yeah, I mean,
that's
for me,
yeah.
For me, that wasn't that good actually.
For me, that ball was,
I liked
that ball was
it.
made by Wayne Rooney in a factory, and then they just stuck total 90 on it.
No, I'm not a fan, to be fair.
I mean, just a show of hands, who's actually ever played with that ball?
We've all played with it. Of course we have.
I've played with a lot of balls, and that's one of them.
I didn't mind that one actually. I thought it was all right. Right, the next one is a bit of a classic.
Oh, mate.
Hated it.
Is that the padded one or the cheap nasty one?
No, cheap nasty one.
Cheap nasty one.
Because the padded one's one of my favourite balls to play with. The cheap nasty one's nah.
Yeah, but
the thing is, it shows there's indentations, but actually it's quite a smooth ball all the way around.
But that ball's iconic, isn't it? It is an iconic ball.
No, it's not.
Just on the pattern. The pattern of that ball is iconic. Would have
if they've got a size 5 instead of a size 3. You know what I mean?
There was one of them that Jack was just talking about. When footballs changed and they were almost rubbery on the outside. You know what I mean? Like foam.
Yeah.
That's when footballs became unbelievable. And there's a version of an Adidas one, not light blue, almost like that, which was one of the first ones. And I remember getting it, thinking I was the boy, and it cost like 20 quid. You know what I mean? Like it was a big money back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought the cheap plastic one, the one that we've just seen there, you've got that because you couldn't afford a mitre. I think that's that ball.
I prefer that one to that bloody mitre ball, mate.
But that pattern transcended in the World Cups, though. It's Adidas in the World Cups. That pattern of that ball, that's probably why that ball sold as big as it did.
Yeah.
What? Because it was round.
That also helps.
Next ball, it's a classic.
Oh, I hate it.
Is that the Japan-Korea one?
No, that's the Euro 2004.
No, you shall not, Jack. Don't you dare. It's not all about you.
I'm not a fan.
All about you. About you.
I'm well out of order.
Did he do? Has he just done what I think he's done?
I'll tell you now, if he does, I swear to God, I'm off.
Why do you think I'm laid down on my bed?
Because you're waiting for us. Rate my balls and all that.
No, I'm trying to hide something.
Right. So yeah, Lewis, this ball.
Horrendous.
Have you ever played with it?
Yeah, horrendous. Euro 2004, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Jack.
Yeah, not a bad ball. Almost as good as my hat.
Andrew.
He turns that around and fucking it.
Stop swearing. I've played with that ball. I played with it too soft. You know, there was too much leather, then foam, and then the ball. No, and it's awful ball, awful.
Yeah,
Swear my life, Jack does that. I'm off.
Jack.
I don't mean off the video. I mean that group. Gone.
Oh, by the way, did you know that Mitch tried to remove me today?
What? How come he wasn't successful?
You can't. I can remove you lot, but not one of you can remove me, which he found out the hard way today.
Dave, I think you find any admin can remove any moderator. It's not the other way around. Admins actually have more power on the groups than moderators, and I don't know how that works with Facebook, but it does.
But I'm a group creator. You cannot remove the group creator.
Yes, you can.
Well, I beg you try.
Me and Andrew know exactly how to do it.
All we do is we have a vote.
And I'll just ignore it. Next ball.
Oh, I love it. Love that. There you go. That's one of your first phone balls. There you go.
That's it. Yeah.
That's class.
Yeah, you like that one?
That's the Japan Korea one, isn't it?
What they read?
Yeah, this is the Japan Korea one. Great ball.
What a ball. Yeah. They went old school. They went back. They went through all that hexagon and everything. Love it.
It was just an all-round nice ball, to be honest.
Yeah, very good ball, that is.
Brilliant balls, mate. Especially in Japan. Oh.
Nice to play with. It was nice.
Oh, yeah, it's nice to have it in your hand, squeeze it, and just,
man,
for a goalkeeper,
honestly,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to spit on my gloves just to get the feel of it.
I thought I went into this bar, right, and I thought, having a few beers and that, and then, these balls came
took it out. Took it out.
Yeah. It's just, to be honest, mate, it used to spin my hat right round.
Oh my God.
Stop it, Jack.
Wait,
Jack.
Listen, boy, George. You're spinning round.
Right, the next ball. Now, here's a question. How many of you have played with this one?
Never.
Well, absolutely fucking none of us, Dave.
Incorrect. I've kicked one of them. My granddad used to have
Mate, I am telling you now, you have not kicked that exact fucking ball.
No, not exact one. It's a picture, isn't it? But I have never kicked
them
anything
brown
so
balls,
heavy.
mate, were made for the games and they got used until they popped. If your granddad's got one, it wasn't used.
And if it got wet, you were breaking your ankle.
Oh, yeah. It's the heavy. It's like kicking a medicine ball.
Fucking
insane.
Echo.
But it's the first ball. It's the first ball. It's the first ball.
Come in.
To be honest, that isn't the first ball because the first balls didn't have the actual valves on them.
Mum, say hello. We're live at the Gaffas Gaff.
Hey, Steve's mum.
Oi.
Where's she go? Oi.
How you doing?
Did you just say hey up Steve's mum? His name's Dave, mate.
Yeah,
I said Dave. I said Dave's mum.
Definitely
Steve,
sound
I
like
was like, who the fuck's Steve?
Go on, Steve. Go on, Steve.
Right, next ball.
Hated it.
Nah,
don't like it.
Hated it. No. Move on. That's shit. That's horrible.
It basically when Total Night was coming to the end, and they went, "Oh, we've got to save it. There's got to be something we can do."
There is one thing about that ball is it was the ball on my favourite FIFA game of all time, which was FIFA 2003, I think it was. Great ball. Great game.
That ball had little knobbly bits on it to grip to your boot, apparently.
Yeah, awesome.
I didn't know that. Right, next one.
Amazing.
Ultimax.
Mate,
my first ball.
It was the lighter version of the Cosmic.
I actually think that's a lie, Andrew. You definitely had 2 more balls before you got that one.
Yeah, but I didn't experience them up until this one. I was young lad then.
Just experience with this one.
It just reminds me of Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton.
Yeah.
Just reminds me of getting smacked in the back on it every Sunday, like under 13s or something.
Oh, get out of here. That never happened.
Mate, you're 26, I'm 31.
Well, I'm
actually about. We didn't use them. Well, maybe I paid for poor clubs.
You did pay for. I played for Aspie Amateurs, mate. Banging youth club. Always had the best gear.
Right, the next one I've not made my mind up on, so I'm going to have to let you lot make your mind up on this one.
No,
love it.
I like it.
Love it.
Played with it. Horrible.
E.T. but if he pops E.T. enough to make you drop. Sing we come to sing.
It's nice to look at. Don't get me wrong.
Lewis, did you want to finish that bit off?
And dance till we drop. Do you really like it?
Like it. Is it wicked?
We're loving
look
it,
at
loving
that
it, loving
receding
it.
hairline,
We're
look
loving
at
it,
that
loving it. Right.
Ooh.
Oh.
Right. Just quick
What?
vote. I've never played with this one, so I can't judge it. What was it like to play with?
Light,
Horrible.
very light.
I was a goalkeeper facing it.
Basically,
Horrible.
what that means is, you know, when you had that centre back that always hoofed the ball long and then he played with the wind, you had that wind up one time. That was the ball he was kicking and it was going top bins.
Right.
How did you get on doing that, Jack?
I actually scored it from the halfway line for Dave's team, actually.
FIFA
with a ball
mate.
like that.
FIFA don't count.
Big up,
Right.
Hey,
Simon.
mate, it was in the league.
The
Who was
next
it against?
ball.
Cotton Room. Scored against Cotton Room.
Everyone scored past those fuckers.
That's an achievement on its own, mate.
Hey, mate, still from the halfway line,
Yeah.
falling over. I'll take that.
The man had a little notification coming up underneath this pitch. Achievement unlocked. Scored past cutters. Right, the next one is the one ball I used to beg to be on the bench for because I hate it, and there's a reason behind it. And I'll give anyone a point if
Dave,
you can
you
guess
never
why.
begged to be on any bench, mate. You were always sat on it.
Jack, run about me, not you, pal. Right.
Hey,
Next
mate,
ball.
you're a lot older than me.
Love it.
Never played with it.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Portsmouth,
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
right-hand corner.
Love it.
Right. Bonus point. Who can tell me why I never
Bonus
liked to play with that
point.
ball?
It's not a quiz.
All right, I'll give you an extra. I don't know. Right, whoever gets this right
Because
has my
this
permission
one
to swear
time-
non-stop for 10 seconds.
this one time, that ball hit you in the nose and nearly, broke your nose and made you piss for blood.
Nope. Luke,
Can you repeat the question?
why did I hate playing with this ball?
Because Ronaldo scored with it.
No. Andrew, Jack, you should know this. You know me better than anyone. Andrew,
Denver Bar scored with it.
no, I'm colourblind. So this ball was played at night, and that ball on a green pitch, I can never see the fucker. I can never see it.
Oi, you got
No
When
way.
did you
Yeah.
ever play for a team where you played at night time? You could
Yeah,
barely
but you've
play
got
on
to remember-
Sundays
no.
every week.
You've got to remember, at the end of the season,
No,
obviously
the
we had to
thing
play
is,
later
if
on.
he's
And at
colourblind, he
training-
didn't realise if it was light or dark anyway.
No. Right, okay, so I'll
I
explain
can
it.
see clearly now. What? Sorry.
Shut up, you tart. So at training at night when it got dark on the Astro, sometimes we used to play with that ball, and I used to hate it because I couldn't see it.
Dave, the only time we trained for Sunday League for the 5 years I played with you was on a Sunday morning when we didn't have a game.
No, we used to rent our Asabiamos, didn't we? The five-a-side pitches down there.
Yeah, mate.
I'm not your mate. Shut up. Next ball.
What the bloody hell is
That is
that?
something you went to Skeggy, you forgot your football. There was a football cage at Skeggy or Great Yarmouth, and you bought that from the local
No.
fucking place that had buckets of space.
Mate, they hurt.
What do you
no,
reckon
no.
to the name of it?
They're
The High Pro.
They're plaggy balls. They're not hard.
Yeah, they're
Right.
like
But
baggy
still
balls.
hurt.
That was literally the
next-
ball you buy on holiday. Your mum would buy it, your nan would buy it, and you'd have to pretend you really, really liked it. When really you wanted the
Innit?
actual football.
Oh,
give
no,
it-
no. When you're at Spain and they've got that little shop in the hotel corner, and they used to sell them ones.
I'd literally be on the beach and just literally kick it as far as I can into the ocean. And go, oh, Mum, that ball's gone. Can I go and get another one?
Yeah, but on a windy day, the fucker would come back to you.
Innit?
Right, the next one is this don't affect my colour blindness because it wasn't played on that surface. Here we go. The indoor
Oh,
one.
mate,
Oh,
that
I
just
love that.
reminds me of secondary school.
Oh,
High school,
loved it.
secondary school.
Form
You-
tutor against everyone else. Oh, mate. Love that.
Mate, do you know what I used to love about this? At Fernley, you used to have like the different populations, didn't you, in the different forms?
Yeah.
And you'd have that form sports day kind of thing. So do football, basketball, netball, this, that, the other. And you used to go into the hall and each team would play each other once. And then the people that won the most games are playing like the semis and the finals. I remember playing with that ball. I loved it. Everything about that ball. Indoor football was brilliant with that ball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or King Edward
Great
Lewis
ball.
and that old sports hall.
Yeah, mate. More Fernley.
I mean, do you think this is possibly one of the balls that every single person on our page has once kicked?
Well, I'd like to say that kids that have just finished school now, no, they wouldn't have played with that. They've all got AstroTurfs now, haven't they? Whereas we
That's
had
a good
sports
point.
halls
Yeah,
that you
that's
had
a
to
good
use for
point.
every sport.
I mean, One of my favourite
Gotta
balls.
say,
This one.
we played rugby inside Fernley Sports Hall once because it was raining outside and it was too wet.
You played
We had to
rugby inside Fernley.
inside a sports hall. Touch rugby.
Oh,
You
lovely.
know,
I went
when you're in year 9, mate, you ain't playing no touch rugby.
Mate,
Is it
honestly,
inside or not? You're smashing each other.
that Fernley Sports was phenomenal. I went swimming in there once.
What?
Went swimming. And
What, has it got a swimming pool in it or something? What? Explain this to me. No. I've never been to Fernley, so I don't know this joke. Go on, explain it.
there's no joke. No, there's a big swimming pool in there with a flume. Fernley were all over it, man.
You're winding me up. There's no way there's a
Basically,
swimming pool
mate,
there.
that sports hall, basically what they had is they had the sports hall with the old netball courts, right?
Right.
But they didn't think about rainwater. So this sports hall was lower than all the banks. So when it'd piss it down, so they say, oh, you can't go outside and play sports because it's too wet and slippy. Go in the sports hall and it's flooded because all the water from the banks had gone all the way into the sports hall. Constant, mate. You used to have to go in there with mops and stuff like that to try and play some sport.
Put your trunks on. There's a jacuzzi in the corner, and
You had that kid in the corner that had armbands and a snorkel.
And them goals were always broken. They always said they were getting new ones every year, and they always fell to pieces when you stood in them trying to play five-a-side.
I was in the changing room nicking people's Pokemon cards and that. I wasn't.
It was. Look, lads, stole a Charizard. And what? Right,
Yeah.
next
I
ball.
just got a trick and all, you know what I mean?
Right, this ball, I'm pretty sure every single one of us has kicked this ball.
I mean, I give it a go.
The worst footballs you can buy.
Mate,
far.
would you class them as footballs?
Could you
Really?
imagine? Can you imagine having a Sunday league game and that is your match ball?
That would be the best.
That would be the funniest thing like I've ever seen. In fact, we should do that. We should have a five-a-side game with that ball.
I'll
Mate,
tell you what we need to do. We need to do what that Welsh team did. They did a football game on a hill with drunk glasses on. That looked fun.
mate, listen, that's what Robbie Carlos used when he scored that banana free kick.
I mean, right. And the last one. Now, there's a debate on this one. So we're arguing what these are called. Okay. It's your last one. What
Plastic balls.
are they called? No, you see, I call them airflow balls.
Crocs.
Wiffle balls.
Crocs.
We literally used to call it plastic ball, mate, because it's a plastic ball
With holes in. Plastic ball
with
holes in.
holes in. Yeah, so it's a plastic ball.
See, we call them airflow balls.
And they're the small ones. You not remember like the ones that are a bit bigger than that? And if they broke,
Yeah.
you'd
Yeah,
kick
yeah.
it and you play with it whilst it's broken. It'd always cut somebody's leg or arm or something if you kicked it at them.
Yeah. Who's got their finger caught in one of them?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I did. Yeah, because
Was
when
they?
it split, you used to wait after the game. The most satisfying thing was to pull it in half. Loved it. So,
I
lads,
remember when we kept breaking them, so they made when we was at Swallowdale, and they made us ration them. They were all rationed.
yeah,
If
the
you broke-
Swallowdale.
if
That's
you,
where we
if
got
you
it
were
from.
the year that broke your ball, you weren't playing football unless the other years that you played with them.
Do you remember the old saying when there's always a kid that come over and go, "Can I play?" And you used to always turn around and go, "Don't know, mate. It's not my ball." Mate, loved it. Right, Lewis, what's been your favourite ball?
Um,
Because we all agreed on the favourite kit, so I think we're going to have 4 different opinions on this one.
the Nike one.
Which one? That one? Is it
I
that
love
one?
that. The Nike one. There's been about 8.
That one, that bad boy.
That one there, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Right, Andrew, your favourite ball?
The Mitre one, not the Cosmic, the other one.
Ultimax.
Ultimax.
Jack, your favourite ball?
Euro 2004, because I got that ball, and remember they used to have the grey boots out that matched them, the Adidas ones.
Yeah, I used to have a pair of them.
Yeah, my old man bought me that ball and then pair of boots for Christmas, and the matching shin pads as well.
In fact, they were the first pair of boots that I had blades for. Them
Yeah.
ones. My favourite ball, just because it brings back so much good memories. I love that one.
Mate, they hurt so much.
Nah, they didn't. They were great.
Oh,
Loved
great.
it.
Leisure
Right.
centre ball, that one.
So you got a glass foot. Every ball hurts him.
What? That leisure
Mate,
centre
that
ball.
That ball was pretty much a netball.
I heard you
That
shouting
was a netball.
metatarsus
It was
kicking the
light as
beach
hell.
ball.
And to be honest, that was a goalkeeper's dream when you played inside because of the grip.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it was beautiful. I love that ball. Just out of curiosity, lads, because it is a five-a-side ball, indoor five-a-side, should the ball go over head height?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, I mean, the rules mostly
Why
stated
not?
no, but it should have been
Our
yeah.
rules, when we did it interform sports at Burnley, the rules were if it went above our head height, you put the ball down, free kick to the other team. And
What
that's what's
about
always stopped me.
foot in the penalty area for a penalty?
Oh yeah, and you'd had that one person that put their little toe in, and who was it?
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Cruz. I had Mr. Cruz. I don't know about you. I had Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz used to blow his whistle and go, penalty. I wasn't even in the area. Your toe was in it, so it's a penalty.
Yeah, but didn't
What
you
What
used to
about
push
if it
the
goes in the
defenders in there?
curtain?
In a
What, leisure centre. What happens if it goes in the curtain?
Oh, you just kick the
Oh, you
crap
just
out
keep
of it
kicking
until it
till
comes out.
mate.
No, kick balls at it and all sorts, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, mate, we used to get one where the curtain came down. It used to be like a massive net, and it used to always get stuck at the top. It drove me
You
mad.
know what? After all the years of playing inside football and stuff like that, you had the curtains to split the sports halls so you can play football and that. I thought, oh yeah, great, AstroTurfs, no more curtains. They put net curtains on Astros as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Jacobs, yes, Brownie. Mr.
Brownie,
J was a
Mr.
legend.
J.
He was our cross country guy. That guy could run for hours.
Yeah, he was my form tutor.
I love Mr. Jacobs. He was probably the only reason I stayed in school at Burnley, to be honest.
Right,
He
quick
kind of said,
debate.
if you want to play sport for school, mate, you've kind of got to do your lessons. And I was like, all right, fair enough.
That's why Jack's so fat, because he never managed to do PE.
Well, not
Right.
really, because he just said he loves
Sorry,
running.
Jack.
Jack's definitely an athlete and he's a runner.
Oh, yes.
I
How
used to
far
be.
can you run, Jack? Because I'll be honest,
Oh, well, I
I'm a
used to
sprinter,
be.
I
I
can't do
used
long
to be one of the
distance.
best cross country when I was skinny. But then
Jack,
I got a bird.
Skinny as fuck Jack was when he was a kid. To be
I
fair.
know, I saw a photo the other day, and I was like, what?
I was
I mean-
rapid, mate.
I could never do long distance. I was always a sprinter. Couldn't do long distance.
I would have
I
been a
would
great
ask,
drug runner because they'd never catch me.
I mean, I would ask Lewis and Andrew, but I don't really care. So, quick thingy. Five-a-side, is it better playing five-a-side indoors or is it better playing it outdoors?
Oh,
No, I'll
indoors.
tell you what. No, but listen, I do love a little tournament. You know what I mean? Down
Oh, yeah.
Road or up in Assaby. I love a tournament, mate. Outdoor with a barbecue going, gazebos about.
Oh, mate, the best tournament
Come
tournament
on.
there was is remember when the King's Head held their barbecue one pre-season, and you had like Charlotte's team was in it, Avenelaf was in it, and each team got to put like 2 teams in it.
Maybe we
Down
should
the-
organise our own tournament.
Down
Yeah.
Edgerton, that was it.
No,
We
I think
could-
it was Saxby Road, mate.
No,
We
it was
could-
definitely Edgo, mate.
You reckon?
Because I set it up. It was when I was working at the King's Head.
Oh,
I mean, we could
exactly,
organise our own
exactly.
five-a-side tournament, really.
It's winter time, Dave.
I don't give a crap. Winter
COVID.
football in the winter is the best. I'm
Yeah,
not about
COVID.
like
I'll tell you what
set
I'm
it
going
up
to
for
do.
tomorrow.
Tell you what I'm going to do, because it's less than 6 people. Let's set up an international, a national tournament during a COVID pandemic. Yeah, and
Five-a-side.
Boris can't say nothing because there's only 5 players on the pitch at once.
Hey, mate, now that is a loophole if I've ever seen
Well,
one
okay,
in
well,
my
it's
life.
not a loophole because you've got to play against someone, so you can't just have 5 players on the pitch.
Why? Leeds played the other night. I was 11v11.
Yeah, sports exempt.
Sports are exempt.
Sports is exempt.
There we go. We found a loophole. Anyway, moving on. It's time for the Gaffers Random Team of the Week. I have no
I
point
swear
asking
to
you
God,
because
if
you all
this
know.
is Spurs, I'm going to kick your fucking head in. I'm trying not to swear, but I know you have to come on here because it's somebody I don't like.
Right. I'll show you who it is.
Chelsea, boys in blue. Chelsea, we love you. Chelsea, our love is true. No one can stop us now. Chelsea, we're the team. Chelsea, we're the cream. Chelsea, we're supreme. No one can stop us now. The boys are back in town, and we are Wembley bound. And I'm dressed in blue.
Right there!
Oh, mate, that free
hell
kick.
was
There's
that?
one goal in that highlight.
Right,
That
seriously,
free
who's just
kick
shouting
by
because I just
Drogba,
nearly
mate.
pooed myself.
That free kick by Drogba, and then that Tottenham game you showed didn't show the goals. Matic's goal against Tottenham to make that 4-2. That was in
Right.
the FA Cup, I think.
First of all, most importantly, why did you think I was going to stitch you up? I'm not like that. I'm an honest guy.
Because you always stitch everybody else up.
So, anyway, Chelsea. Now, anybody who saw the other day, and if you've not seen, look back at it. Jack, who who's obviously a Chelsea fan, did an absolute biblical, more or less PowerPoint presentation over the signings that Chelsea, because someone said that Chelsea have spent too much money, blah, 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 blah. And
They
if
have.
anyone wants to look back, it is hilarious. So, Jack, you're a Chelsea fan. How does people that say you bought leagues make you feel?
Right, hang on.
It's true.
I'm not saying we didn't buy leagues. What I don't agree with is United fans trying to say that we bought leagues. Because United have spent more than Chelsea for the last 6 years in total, if you look at the rounding up, and they haven't really won anything. But then we're accused of buying leagues. So if we've spent less than United and they've not won leagues and we have,
They've won the Europa League. They've won the FA Cup.
have they won a league title?
Do you think the problem might have been because Man United
last win one?
I mean,
4 years ago.
What was it?
4 or 5 years, Conte.
Yeah,
do you think?
Yeah, they have one season there, didn't he, as well?
No,
True.
that was because of Diego. That was
Just come in, smashed
Diego.
it up, won the league, fucked up.
No, he had 2 seasons, didn't he? Because he won the league.
Like him.
Didn't he win the league first year and then he got sacked in the second one?
Yeah, Diego Costa and Eden Hazard just didn't like him, so he got sacked.
I mean, do you
Well,
think the
Diego,
Chelsea?
But people say about us spending loads of money, right? We did spend loads of money. We have spent loads of money. I'm not denying it. But what I'm saying is, at the beginning, we needed to do that to keep young players at the club. Because what we were doing, we were getting young players and we wouldn't be able to keep them because they were getting offered to go elsewhere. So we brought in big names, won loads of titles. Now it's slowly filtering through. I know we spent 220 this year, but we got 120 for Hazard and we got 56 million for Morata. So we've technically only really spent about
absolutely blacked that, by the way. Bloody
I was about to say that. First question, exactly what Lewis has just said.
But people forgot, like David Luiz, we bought and sold him twice and made profit on both sales.
And you sold him 50 million again. How have you done that?
Then you got to look at Bertrand Traore, Nathan Ake. That was what, 20 mil, I think. So we have made money.
Yeah, but you could have bought him back. And a mistake you've done, you know, if you're talking about players, you can talk about, you know, De Bruyne, Salah, Lukaku. You know, you have
right. I agree with De Bruyne and Salah. I do not agree with Lukaku. That's the one player I don't agree with.
Lukaku was always going to score goals. Yeah. He was always going to score goals.
But the fact is, you say he's always going to score goals. He was in a United team with some of the best wingers in the league at the time, and he still didn't get golden boot.
And he still scored over 20, 30
No, he did. He was their top scorer.
He scored 2
their top goal scorer. If he scored 10 more goals, they would have been competing. That's the difference.
Okay, let's talk about Chelsea. I mean, let's go pre-takeover. I mean, Chelsea already had a few legends. They had Vialli, they had Zola,
Graham Lasso.
How are you not mentioning
Dennis Wise? I've just said Dennis Wise. I've just said him.
Michael Dewberry. What a player.
Oh, yeah. Was it Summit Morris? What was his name?
Matthew Arden, Jody Morris.
Yeah. Although you did have Carlo Cudicini. What a goalkeeper.
Gus Poyet.
Gus, Gus was sick.
Gus Poyet was sick.
And I was saying
Leeds legend as well.
Is it Chris Hutton? No, Chris. Yeah, it's Chris Hutton. No.
I don't know, mate. It's your team.
Yeah, Sutton.
Yeah, that's the one. He was no, not him.
No, Chris Hutton played for.
He does the commentary on BT Sport now. Chris Sutton,
Yeah.
It was Chris Sutton. Yeah, I was right. Why are you looking at me wrong?
Andre Flo.
Marcel Desailly.
I just said that.
Frank Leboeuf.
Claude Makelele. Claude Makelele, one of the best passers in the game.
Do you know what?
We're all forgetting about Jeremy here. Jeremy was that.
Jeremy.
Absolute Middlesbrough legend, Jeremy was.
Fucking love that guy.
There is one player which I thought was madly underrated at Chelsea, and that was Branislav Ivanovic. I think he was a phenomenal player.
What?
Oh, no.
And in what shape or form would you say he was underrated? He was our captain.
Listen, guys, Steve Sidwell. I mean, Chelsea legend.
Sean Wright Phillips, mate.
Oh, no, he was decent.
Yeah, he was decent at the start.
You can't put SWP in the same category as Steve Sidwell.
Who else we had? Solomon
Can I mention this keeper? I don't know if it's been mentioned. Ed De Hoy. Has that been mentioned?
Oh, Ed De Hoy.
He had a dodgy little beard.
Matthew Harding. Peter Bonetti.
Dan Prochescu.
Andrei Shevchenko. Fernando Torres.
Jasper Kroenke.
Hernan Crespo.
No.
They all worked out well.
Early. Go back.
Didier Deschamps. Yeah.
Mark Hughes.
Mark. Yeah, good shout. Mark Hughes.
Billy Bremner. Possibly. No, it was Leeds, wasn't it?
What the flip?
So we talking about it? Like some of them players were playing before I was born. Some of them players.
Jack, 1 second, buddy. Oh my good God! Right,
I'm just disgraced with the Leeds legends.
Come here. Put on me bloody arm, man. Billy.
Oh, dear me.
Where is it? He's here. Billy Bremner, Leeds United. Oh my good God. Right, someone get rid of him.
Right, the question is, how easy is it to wind up a football fan? And as we've just proven,
there you go.
Easy.
Very easy, man.
You've got to remember, like, we did spend money to start with. I'm not saying we didn't, but every club spent. If you look at United, right? If you look at United as when Fergie went in, yeah, they were a mid-table team. They were losing games. Back then,
Fergie nearly got sacked.
They went out. So now we're talking hundreds of millions for players, yeah. But back then, $1 million, 5 million, 10 million was a big amount of money, and they did spend a lot of money to get the team that they got. They spent a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. Them spending 1 million to nowadays is like spending 50 million.
Rio Ferdinand, 30 million from Leeds.
All right, I'm bringing this in just quickly. It's a new game I want to play. I'm going to name a retro Chelsea player, and I want you to tell me how much I'd go in the current market. So I'm just going to say names. Don't talk about it. Just give me a number, all right? So Gianfranco Zola.
100.
80.
$1 billion.
All right, Marcel Desailly.
50.
Yeah, 50.
You wouldn't have him in a similar price range as
$1 billion.
I wouldn't have him in the same price range as Van Dijk. He was a great defender, and he was great.
Van Dijk was 8.
He literally what Desailly had as a centre back is he was big, he was strong, and he could header a ball. And back then, that's all you needed as a centre back. So you can't really compare them to centre backs we have now that have got to be able to play football and have got to be able to do this and that.
I think you've done him a misjustice. Then I think he had a tackle in him and all.
Yeah. Right, and here's one that might cause a bit of controversy here. Didier Drogba.
How's
120 mil, hands down.
How's that going to be controversy?
Well,
120 mil. Of that era, 120 mil.
Andy?
Yeah, between 100 and 120, easy money.
$1 billion.
If you were going to buy that guy, right, the reason he'd be bought in this day and age for that kind of money is because he guarantees you big goals in big games.
Do you know when he come over
That's
from
why
Marseille?
Chelsea bought him back twice.
Do you know when he come
back?
I mean? Marseille, right, that first season, like they spent, and back then, like I think it was only like 25 mil, but it was big money back then. And he was rubbish. He was falling over every time, like, and then all of a sudden, someone's had a word and gone, Didier, mate, you're strong as like, stop going down. Right, you can strike. He was brilliant. Number 15, Drogba. What a guy.
Okay, the last one.
Do you know who it was? I had a word with him. And to be honest, I don't like the guy because he's gone to our rivals. But Jose Mourinho just sat down and went, "You either fuck it up, or you're gone, mate. There's no ifs or buts about it. We've spent money on you. You're strong. You're pacey. You don't need to go down like that." And the next season, it was like it was a different player.
Why is everyone copying me?
But he was though.
You want to be
Jose Mourinho. If that was in a different team, he would have flopped. Jose Mourinho sat him down and gone, right.
I love Jose. I love Jose. Brilliant.
We've seen what he does at Tottenham, mate. He's well informed with all the players. I
love him. Love him. Brilliant guy.
Sorry, carry Dave.
The last one I'm going to give you, Petr Cech.
In his day at Chelsea, probably the best goalkeeper in the world. So what are you paying for the best goalkeeper in the world these days? Again,
I don't know. We paid it twice for 2 keepers that weren't good enough. So
I mean, Kepa. Oh my dear Lord, what the bloody hell!
Oh, he's worth more than Kepa.
I mean,
Easy.
for me, he was one of the best.
Kepa wasn't even worth 75, mate.
We're saying he's bad.
I mean, put it into perspective. People said that we spent 75 on Alisson, and people said that was a bargain. So imagine how much Czech would go. Because I'm a Liverpool fan, and I will say that Alisson at the moment is not in Czech's league because Czech was ridiculous.
I'm a massive Czech fan, and he's got the most clean sheets in the Premier League, and there's a reason why he's a great goalkeeper. But if you notice, even when he went to Arsenal, he is not a goalkeeper that likes playing from the back.
Right, I'm not being funny. Right, I'll give you one name, and it ruined Peter Cech, and that's Stephen Hunt.
He was all right when he came back from injury. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't shit.
Mate, as soon as he put that thing on his head, shit.
No, he wasn't. He made some great saves, Champions League, things like that, mate.
You're on about that Reading game where they injured 2 keepers within 10 minutes.
Hang on a minute. He was shit. He won the Champions League after this Steve Hunt injury.
Yeah, but that one's to do with him, mate. That was Didier.
Okay, just before we finish up,
Ryan Bertrand being called up to the first team in the final of the Champions League.
Just before we finish up, Jack, Chelsea in the next 3 years, what we thinking?
We're in the matter of if we spent 220 mil, we haven't gone out and bought experienced players. We bought young talents and hoping that they get better and grow together as a team. So I don't think next 3 years, mate. I don't think anything. 4th year, yeah.
Nah.
Year.
I think on your 3rd year, I think you'll be champions, mate. I really do. I think the players
top 4's a must. Top 4's a must for the next 2 seasons. Top 4 is a must because we've got to keep the Champions League. There's no ifs or buts about it. We can't not have the Champions League.
Andrew.
Chelsea. I see an domestic cup, runners-up Premier League in the next 3 years.
I think you need a defense. I think you need a whole new defense. To be honest, I think that's
we've got a young defence that he needs to pick one defence and stick with that for games. Because the problem he's got, he keeps changing it.
I think you do need 2 centre backs, and again, and I'll keep banging on about the old boy. But if you're spending dough, go and invest in Ben White. Go and get him.
I mean, seriously, I'm not banging on about Liverpool here.
That guy. No.
Lampard loves English talent. He's already shown it. Anything English with a good boot on it.
Chilwell, Ben White with Reece James, and then May.
I mean, look at Liverpool, right?
Tomorrow's going to be a good player when he ages well into the position if he gets a run in the game. But like I said, the centre back roles for us are dodgy. It's not because we haven't got the talent. It's because Lampard doesn't know what his best centre-back partnership is. So he's changing it every other game.
How long has Lampard got? I give him halfway through next season.
No, he's got 3 seasons minimum. 3 seasons minimum.
Halfway through next season.
You look at Liverpool, right? We had a bang average defence. We bought Van Dijk, and one player suddenly turned us into a world-class defence.
No. You bought Alisson and Van Dijk.
True.
That's
right.
And then you add...
That's 2 bits of your spine. That's half of your spine.
Then you add Trent and Robertson filled their shirts.
Yeah. And Fabinho in front.
For 8 million quid, Jack. Those two, 8 million quid.
The thing is, it is 8 million quid, but...
No,
they were good. Wow. They were good players. Van Dijk didn't make your back four. Just Van Dijk. It was the whole. They had a consistent. You had a consistent back three. At least.
Liverpool bought Robinson from a relegated Hull side. So they've not looked at him and gone, he's going to be the best left back in the world. 8 million quid. They've not looked at him.
They've seen something in him and they've gone, we could probably get the best out of him.
Klopp can get the best out of him.
But then that proves my point, though. Some players in teams like Hull, Stoke, you take a player that shows promise and put them with a manager and a team that are world class. It literally makes that player a world class player.
Just quickly, is there any defenders out there where you could probably spend? We'll include inflation, so we'll go up to 12 million. So we're looking for a defensive bargain. 12 million. Is there anyone out there that you could see turn world class?
I can guarantee you now, he will not be English. No. I don't think you could buy me for £12 million, and I'm English. Like, it's ridiculous.
You're not buying a centre back at 12 million, Dave. Any decent centre back is not 12. Even a shit centre back's not 12 million because no fucker wants to play there.
I mean, we got Joe Gomez and Joel Matip. I'm not saying they're world class. Before you shoot me down, but they're
Gomez.
very good.
Gomez was it Charlton?
Charlton Athletic, yeah. We signed him when he was 17.
And again, though, that's your scouting network. You know, you've bought players, the championship players. You know, I saw a thing the week England were playing. How many caps in the championship and all them or English Football League?
I think pretty much all of them have had caps in the championship.
Yeah. Wow, I love that. I love that.
Right, boys, got to cut you short. There's a football game about to kick off, and I want to go and watch it.
All
so
right, you got 4 minutes left, mate. So just continue with this, and then we'll go. Yeah.
And Andrew, don't let him bully you in, mate. Don't let him bully you. If you want to go, you can go. It's cool.
When it comes to centre backs,
Lewis won't bully me. He loves me.
When it comes to centre backs, we've got that Sarr that we bought, that youngster.
Dilly.
That Sarr we bought, that youngster we put back out on loan. He looked good the other night when I watched him. But for me, it's in if we're going for a centre back, we do it in January, and it's got to be Koulibaly, or we've got to agree a deal for Upamecano. They're the only two for me that are really up for
seriously,
sale.
Jack. Ben White, you would be at 50 million. You get him.
Yeah, but you got to remember that Roman's not gonna, unless it's an established. I know Ben White's a great player, and I agree with you. But an established name like Koulibaly and Upamecano could sell. I know Ben White would, but they would sell.
Ben White's got
shirts.
proper sell-on value. I know, mate, and I get it. I mean, Liverpool have ordered today. That's the big news. Liverpool in January, 50 million. It's like almost a done deal.
For who?
For Ben White. January, 9 weeks' time, Ben White will be a Liverpool player.
I wouldn't mind. I would tell you what. I wouldn't mind. I know he's got loyalty to the club and he loves them, but I generally think that he's worth paying 70, 80 mil for. Cody, mate. Cody from Wolves. He's a great
Cody
defender.
would go straight back to Liverpool if he had the chance. He would.
Yeah, but he wouldn't, honestly, but he wouldn't cost that much dough. He wouldn't.
I would love... You ask...
Mate, Wolves are a business.
Yeah,
Wolves
you
are
ask
a business.
any Liverpool fan, we would love him back.
How much did Jota cost? How good's Jota? He was 39 million.
Yeah, but Jota wasn't starting from, was he?
Yeah.
Yes, no, he wasn't. He had Podence and Adama Traore starting last season.
Jota's not a winger, mate.
Yeah, he is.
Nah.
I like how none of you are asking the Liverpool fan here.
Right,
so Jota
where
can play.
Where does Jota play?
Jota can play anywhere across the front three. For Wolves,
but where does he play for Liverpool at the minute?
Currently, left wing and up top.
Number 10, Jack. Number 10.
Right, I'm telling you now, they haven't bought Jota to replace fucking Firmino.
Firmino's number 9. I didn't say that.
He's not a striker.
Jota's played every game for Liverpool on the left wing. Every game.
He's not played every game for Liverpool.
When he's come on for Liverpool, he's played on the left wing every game.
It's hard to say. Liverpool's front three just switch and swatch.
You know that question? How easy is it to wind up a football?
But yeah, I think Conor Cody within the next 2 years is going to be England captain,
and hopefully he'll be back.
They were saying that, weren't they? You know, because there's no crowds. I had it on the lead.
You can hear him.
All you can hear is Cody. Did you see his interview when he thought he got man of the match?
Oh yeah.
Do you know what it was? I'd have Cody over White all day. But do you know what it was with Cody? Sorry, Dave. Do you know what it is with Cody?
Fucking well good.
When England were playing the other day, Reece James came on, and Reece James had drifted infield. And this is when I heard it during the game. And when they spoke about it afterwards, he was doing it all game. But this is when I heard it. And he was like, Reece, get out wide. That's the wrong position. Come on, mate. You're better than this. And he's literally, Reece James looked at him, looked at where he was, and just went like that. Straight back into his position. And to me, for a captain, you've got to have somebody that's not afraid to tell players, right, you're out of position. But then they've got to do it in the right way. They've got to say, right, you're out of position. You're better than this. You know better. Get back in your position. Or you do well there.
I did my best England team if we were going to start the Euros tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Cody was centre back for me.
Cody and Mings for me.
Yeah, I like Mings. I like Mings.
I think Michael Keane, if we're going on form, has started off really, really well.
Right, so just to finish off, just quickly, one word, Jack. Where Chelsea finishing this season?
Top 4.
Luke?
4th.
I'm going to go... Oh, you know what? This season's weird as out, so it could be anywhere, to be honest. Right, now I can't put music on because I keep getting videos banned. Lewis keeps shouting at me. So I thought we'd do a bit of karaoke to finish the show off. Lewis, you're the music man. What are we singing?
She won't forsake me. Da-da-da-da.
I'm loving
angels
angels instead.
Through it.
And, oh, she offers me protection.
A lot of love and
And
affection.
Whether
Whether
you're
I'm
right or wrong.
Down the
Waterfall,
waterfall, wherever it may take
take
me,
me.
and all the life won't break me.
When it comes to call,
she
you
won't
won't
forsake
forsake
me.
me.
I'm loving the armchair pundits instead.
All right, thank you from the Gaffer, Mr. Late Night Show and Mr. Grassroots. We are the Armchair Pundits, streaming on YouTube, on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a share. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.
You idiot, Jack. Bye.